Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing precedent as it pertains to the Thai legal system. For those coming from a common law background, the notion of precedent is very much at the heart of the legal tradition in the common law tradition. And it's something that those who hail from jurisdictions that use that tradition it's very difficult to sort of decouple your mind from that way of thinking paradigmatically. I've had that issue myself. I still have the issue. From time to time, I make presumptions that just simply aren't the case here in Thailand, because not only does Thailand utilize a civil law system, it also utilizes its own unique version of the civil law, very, very much a Thai, if you want to call it the Thai version of the civil law, but it's Thailand's civil law system, and it just operates the way it operates. It's unique, for lack of a better term. So bringing in certain presumptions are oftentimes not particularly prudent. That said, I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail. It's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Pattaya City Expats Club, Staying Safe Legally in Thailand in 2023. Quoting directly, some other differences is there is no transcript of the testimony, and legal precedence does not play as important a part with judges having wide latitude on judging a case as well as in imposing sentences. Yeah. Precedents, so-called stare decisis, as we call it in Latin, or let the decision stand, basically that whole notion of a holding in another case where similar analysis was applied will hold in a forthcoming case does not hold true in Thailand, at least to the extent that it holds true in the common law jurisdictions. And when I say that, I don't want that to be construed as mitigating against the underlying conclusion. Quite honestly, it's pretty safe to say you cannot really rely that heavily, if at all, on precedents in the Thai legal tradition. So, now that said, certain Supreme Court decisions, they're going to carry a lot of weight here in Thailand. But like trial court decisions and things that may be used interjurisdictionally, for example, in an analogous situation in the United States, or another common law jurisdiction like in England, for example, where one court said this in this situation and therefore it applies in the present situation, you're not going to see that kind of logic apply when you're dealing with the Thai legal system. Now, there are those that make the argument that, precedent is very useful because you have uniformity of law. I kind of have come to the conclusion I don't like it, weirdly. I kind of like the way the Thais do it, where, look, we're going to decide this thing under these current circumstances. Now, again, this also may factor into the fact that Thailand uses an inquisitorial system rather than an adversarial system when adjudicating matters, especially findings of fact and conclusions of law. So again, that may play in, but again, I often find myself now questioning the validity, well, not the validity, but just sort of doing thought experiments where I do say to myself, why are we still using Hadley versus Baxendale in contract law disputes in the United States, this thing that goes back 500 years into Blackstone or whatever, and we're still using it now? Why should that control? Why not just deal with cases on a case-by-case basis? I think there's arguments both ways. Again, uniformity and some level of certainty in the legal system, that's a big, the lack of certainty is a big complaint I hear from a lot of foreigners in the Thai legal system. Also misunderstanding of how it works, but that's another issue entirely. Again, I see the argument, but at the end of the day, Thailand operates the way it operates, and we basically just have to deal with it.